Welcome to another edition of the SSC TV3 News. We are more than news. We also televise programs, events, and archives that are the lifeblood of our community. And we have been doing this for more than 40 years. This is Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. I'm Chloe Clark, your host for today, and these are our features. Number 1, Art, Facts, and Artifacts, and number 2, 40 years and going strong. Normally, we televise this program live at 11 a.m. Tuesdays and Fridays and upload it to YouTube right after the show. However, for the next few weeks, we will be telecasting the live Friday show at noon and the live Tuesday show at 9:15 a.m. as we synchronize our schedule with the class schedules of our 2 video journalist students. Also, since we have been missing events that have been in conflict with our regular news time, and since we only have 1 field reporter, the news time will be moved from time to time so we can get to the events that are in conflict. If you cannot watch us live, you can still watch the show at your convenience at ssctv3.org. Please share our news, features, and programming on your social media. This will help us grow and enable us to serve you better. We also welcome press releases. Just send them by the studio or send them to ssctv3@gmail.com. If you have pictures or videos that are too large to attach to our email, bring them by the studio from 9 a.m. till noon, weekdays, on a flash drive so that we can transfer them to our video editor. If you would like to be a sponsor of our news or governmental telecasts, come by the studio and we will set you up. Your advertisement will run both on TV3 News and the TV3 Bulletin Board. Here now is a list of some of our sponsors. School announcements. The St. John Hudson PTO is now selling snack snicks from Yoder Meats. They are $1 a stick or $24 for a box. They'll be on sale at the PTO table at home games and between games by contacting Alyssa at the District Elementary Office or Cassie at the SJN Bank of Kansas. The PTO Carnival, which is held every other year, will be Saturday, April 27th. This Thursday, February 14th at 6:30 p.m., the Kayettes will have their annual Mother-Daughter Banquet. This Friday, February 15th, there will be no school. Senior Recognition Night will also be that night at the basketball game. The School Community Service Day will be Wednesday, April 24th. Work requests are available at the high school or district office. They are also available at the school's Facebook page. Also, even though this is not a city function, the city office will help you get signed up. Over the years, many terms have come from the area of education. One popular one from the Old West was the term book learning. Now, more recently, the terms hand-on learning and authentic and real-world learning have appeared. Ironically, these terms describe an education style that existed from the dawn of civilization as family and tribal skills were passed on from generation to generation.
For many years, educators have known that hands-on learning is very effective. But how to implement it is sometimes a real challenge. On Friday, however, this challenge was met very interestingly by John Bauer's 7th grade social studies students as they mixed art, language arts, and social studies in their presentations that they gave to the 3rd and 4th grade students.
Okay, well, this is a research project we do with language arts and also with art. So there's three different subjects that are involved, and the idea just came about when I was in a social studies group at ESDAC, and there's a guy that was really big into artifacts and using artifacts to teach history, and so it kind of started getting an idea from another teacher and trying to use artifacts in the classroom. So I kind of, like a lot of things in education, I just kind of stole the idea more than anything else. But the kids seem to enjoy it, and we're trying to work a lot on communication skills and just getting better, getting our ideas across to younger students. So hopefully it works well.
Yeah. So the Indians made arrowheads with a system called flint knapping. Do you know what flint knapping is? It is the ancient way of breaking off shards of the arrow, the material they're using, to make the arrowhead sharper.
Okay, so this was from a restaurant in Topeka. You know where that's at? No? So Topeka is up here in the corner of Kansas. So this is where we're at, and the restaurant started up here in Topeka. They made these so that when people on the train could eat after they got off.
One of our most significant Army men from Kansas would be Dwight D. Eisenhower. He was born in Texas, but when he is about your age or a little bit younger, he moved to Kansas, to Abilene, Kansas, and then he...
So, have you ever heard of the Pony Express? No? So, it's a mail route, and they did this for only about 18 months. And then what happened was the technology started taking over and electricity came in, and they had telephone poles, and so they started getting railroads. So yeah, they didn't last very long, but while it did last, they were pretty popular back then.
This project began last fall with the assistance of art teacher Darlene Benke and language arts teacher Joanna McAllister, and will end Monday as the evaluation forms that were filled out by the 3rd and 4th grade students are tallied. From this tally, the 7th grade students will be able to see their strong and weak points, and overall, how well they did with their presentations.
Public service announcements. This year's flu vaccinations are now available at the Stafford County Health Department. The library is in search of the book On Wings of Faith by Lois English. It needs 2 or more copies. Lois English was a local author, and the book was written in 1956. The Hudson Community Council is planning its 3rd annual Flower Festival. It will be a full day Saturday, March the 23rd. We will list the activities as soon as we receive them. The St. John Jubilee will be May 24th and 25th. Outdoor vendor spaces are now being reserved. Check in with the city office for an application. Also, by going to the Facebook on the Around the Square page, you can leave your email address, get more information, and get an application. Jubilee sponsor packets have been sent out. If you do not get one, you can still donate. This is not just for businesses. Any amount helps the Jubilee continue. If you cannot make a monetary donation and you'd still like to help, contact the city office. The gals can answer all your questions. The skating rink hours are Fridays and Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you need to rent the rink skates, the admission is $2. If you have your own skates, the admission is $1.50. The after-school skate will be Tuesdays from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. The admission for that time is $1. More announcements when we return. The RSVP, or Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, from Pratt will be in the library this Thursday, February 14th, providing free tax preparation for those filing simple, non-itemized returns with an income under $50,000. Appointment times are 30 minutes in length and may be reserved by calling the library at 620-549-3227. The first session is at 9 a.m. and the last session is at 5 p.m. The Friends of the Library has new cards available. They are $2.50 each or 5 for $10. Stop at the front counter to take a look. The Ida Long Goodman Library has Books Lovers Valentines. They include a set of gently used books, a candy bar, and a card. This Thursday, February 14th at 1:30 p.m., the seniors will have their SJHRC Valentine's Party at the Woods Center. The drinks, desserts, and the program will be provided. Please call to make your reservation, 620-549-6549 or 620-377-7073. There's still time, but you'll need to hurry. The city is compiling a more accurate landlord list. There are a number of people looking for rentals. Please contact the city if you would like to be on the landlord list. Also, please contact the city if you currently have properties available. The Big Bend Groundwater Management District Number 5 will hold a public hearing Thursday, February 21st at the Safford County Annex at 5 p.m. concerning the district's revised management plan. The annual meeting will be at 7 p.m. This meeting will have an update on the latest LEMA proposal. TV3 will be recording and televising these proceedings live. The City of St. John is accepting applications for the position of Public Utilities Maintenance Worker. The position will be under the supervision of the Public Utilities Supervisor and overseen by the City Superintendent. For a copy of the job description and/or the job application, call the City of St. John office during business hours at 620-549-3208 or visit stjohnkansas.com. The City of St. John is an equal opportunity employer. Until further notice, the trash dumpster south of the power plant will be unavailable. Please use the county dump east of town. It is open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. A little over 40 years ago, a family had a vision. That vision became a reality in the form of a local TV station called Channel 9. The following video is a bit of its history. Sometimes a look back helps us look forward.
2019 is the 40th anniversary of St. John's original local television station. Founded in 1979, SJM Cablevision was perfectly positioned to offer a unique enterprise with the simultaneous introduction of home video equipment. Professional video equipment was very expensive in those days, but the Cutright family, creators of SJM Cablevision, wanted to include a local channel in their services. Utilizing their own adaptation to the equipment on the market, Channel 9 was born. The first program to air was the 1979 St. John Centennial Parade, which was originally captured on 8mm film, transferred to videotape via a rear projection film unit, and then played back over Channel 9. During the 80s, videotape recorders quickly advanced from large console units to shoulder-carried portable units, and finally to one-piece camcorders. With each upgrade, more events could be captured, and in 1984, in a cooperative effort with the St. John Business Association, local news was added to Channel 9. The Cutrights sold SJM Cablevision in 1988. David Cutright continued the local channel through early 1990 until the Sandyland Shepherd Center purchased the studio equipment. Channel 9's television service then continued, operated and maintained by the center's volunteers. Now, almost 41 years later, the legacy of local hometown-flavored news continues into the 21st century, thanks to many new advances in technology and equipment and the availability of YouTube and other social media outlets. A new studio using the still local cable Channel 3 has been on cable and online since February the 16th of 2018. A staggering 300 plus new videos have been uploaded to the Shepherd Center's YouTube channel since. And with 2 weekly news telecasts, City Council, County Commission, and school board meetings, and school and local events to document, you can count on many more.
If you had your own TV station and could show whatever you wanted, what would it be like? For a St. John family, that has become a reality, and the shows are just like home. For St. John residents, local television is a family affair. Mom runs the office, Dad is the electronic genius, David runs the board for studio and remote operations, and Martha coordinates news for schools. The other jobs get done with a little teamwork and lots of volunteers. The television station idea was born 7 years ago when they decided to provide tape-delayed coverage of a St. John Jubilee.
We had 1 camera and 1 little black first recorder on the market, and went down and taped that, came up here and switched it into our Channel 9, which was a little carousel rig at that time. And then people seeing that asked for a little bit more, so we got some things built and went to shoot, I think it was a little preschool thing, and then some things at the school, and people would ask us for a little bit more, and we'd go build some more equipment and go this, and it just kept growing. And
the latest big accomplishment for the family, a 3-camera remote show for the Stafford Centennial last year. Family members say time limitations keep them from doing a lot more, but what they do is appreciated.
You can turn on any TV channel there and get national news from who knows where all the way around the world, but you turn on Channel 9 and you can watch St. John news, and people like hometown flavored news.
Usually your thought's always on others. You don't have time to think about yourself or what's there. It's always an opportunity to reach out to people, and of course, this town's full of shut-ins, and that's great to be able to reach out to them.
It's good for the community. It's good community service, and it kind of pulls the community together. And I think it's needed. And with the size of the operation, why we can't put a lot of money into it, so it's just volunteer work, and I enjoy it.
The things people like are involvement. And while you may think kids would shy away from a camera, the 4th grade teacher says it started with her daughter doing school news as a fill-in for the local newscast. It grew to what it is today.
They know they're going to be reading in front of a lot of people, and they're conscious of that. And when we read through the news before we come, we find out how to sound out words and where the short vowels are and the long vowels, and it becomes more real to them.
And running the TV station is now real to the family. In fact, the only problem they don't have to worry about is answering the question, what will you do tomorrow?
beats me. Nobody really has to think of anything to go to around here. Ideas just keep coming up. Can you do this, or will you do this? And we're stupid enough we don't say no. We try it and build something if we don't have it.
One thing about the group is they're always looking for volunteers, and if you walk in thinking you're going to get out of some work, don't think so. You don't just watch, you always get involved. And that's news from here tonight. Stay tuned. Weather's coming up next with Mike Smith on KSN.
In St. John, Kansas, over in Stafford County, there is this tiny cable TV station. Now, some may call it grassroots TV, but whatever it's called, it's become an integral part of that community. Tonight on Hatteberg's People, we profile the volunteers of the St. John Shepherd Center who make it all happen.
Today and tomorrow, we're going to have fair and windy weather. The temperature today, the high will be 90, tomorrow 93. We're the only one of the 100 Shepherd Centers in the country that has a television station.
In other places, this would be called the town's senior center.
You do so many things around here automatic, everyone just pitches in.
These volunteers are part of a non-denominational, religious-based organization that helps senior citizens maintain a higher quality of life.
19 minutes away.
And while they provide all types of elder care for the community, it is the TV station that makes it special.
Some of the income from the television station helps to support a lot of the programs that we do, so that we can do a lot of programs for free that other people would have to charge at their senior center.
By commercial broadcast standards, it's a modest operation, but that isn't the point. Jim Lakey and Steve Freach prepare to do a brief newscast for both St. John and Maxville. They do it from the Shepherd Center on cable TV.
And then we have some people to say happy anniversary and happy birthday to.
If you have any extra technicians out there at cake, we could use some here.
Over there, that's volunteer Pat Minks and Pastor Harlan Ritgers. They're updating information about St. John and Maxville on the computer that goes over the cable TV system.
Yeah. Just before the news, we come out and take a look at our neighbor bank, and they have the temperature and the time.
When the local paperboy arrives, that's important too, because some of the news comes from these pages.
I may forget that something's going to happen, or perhaps no one ever told me.
It's almost news time now. Jim and Steve are standing by.
We need to email Cake on your side and tell them to get a teleprompter, Jim. We don't want to look too unprofessional.
Folks here enjoy these moments.
Good afternoon. This is Jim Lakey with today's news. We're broadcasting from Sandyland Shepherd Center in St. John Square on cable channel 9.
This is real local TV.
We have intergenerational programs. We have shopping trips.
Now, commercial broadcast stations like ours can't cover these small towns with this kind of news, but it's important nevertheless, and it works.
This is Jim Lakey, hoping that you do take the opportunity to smell the roses.
That's a wrap.
The Shepherd Center in St. John helps in many other ways, too. They provide medical assistance to the elderly, exercise programs, lunch and learn seminars, and a host of other services. But their TV program service helps the whole town. Next week, more Hatterberg's People Stories. I'll see you then.
What about the next 40 years? That will be up to the next generation of volunteers.
Also, the last 3 days of the state of St. John, I will be covering some Cub Scouts this evening in the video house to bring a show to you Wednesday.
Please help our channel better serve you with quality and informative programming. We have a lot of good stuff happening in our area, and our goal is to bring these activities to those who cannot attend. If you have items that need to be announced on TV3, or you have an event that would benefit from video coverage, we would like to hear from you. Send us your items or video requests to ssctv3@gmail.com. Give us a little lead time and we will be there. Also, since we have only one field reporter, our live news telecast will be rescheduled from time to time when in conflict with a news or program event. If you would like to help us out as a field reporter, please come by and visit with David about the job requirements. Since this is a volunteer-run television station, there will be no pay, but the service to our community will be priceless. Keep us informed, and we will keep you informed. Thank you for watching.